It is by will alone that I set my mind in motion. It is by the juice of Java that thoughts acquire speed, that the lips acquire stain, the stains become a warning. It is by will alone I set my mind in motion.
Oh Lord, give me coffee to accept the things I cannot change, the extra espresso shot to change the things I can, and one more cup so I can tell the difference. Grande.
Hail, coffee full of cream, caffeine is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst the beverages, and blessed is the result of thy consumption, wakefulness. Holy coffee, color of mud, be there for us workers, now at the hour of our commute, so must it brew.
Caffeine is my shepherd, I shall not doze. It maketh me to wake in green pastures. It leadeth me beyond the sleeping masses. It restoreth my buzz. It leadeth me into a path of consciousness for its name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of addiction, I fear no equal, for thou art with me. Thy cream and thy sugar, they comfort me. Thou preparest a carafe before me in the presence of Juan Valdez. Thou anointest my day with pep, my mug runneth over. Surely richness and taste shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Duncan forever.
Good morning, Planet Flipside. How about you this morning? We saved you a seat. May your coffee cup runneth over, and may your day be magical.
Hello. I cannot hear. I can't hear you, Vixie.
That's because I forgot to turn my microphone on. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning, Oat. Where is everybody?
Jellybean is in the bedroom playing Splatoon. I thought she was coming. I don't know. I'll go check.
I know Rabbit's at work.
I'm surprised at that. That he's working
I'm
on
not.
Sunday.
He needs money.
Oh, well, yeah. Is you getting on the table? Okay. She said she'll be here in a second. She's dying right now.
She's busy dying.
Yeah.
I got up early this morning too. I only had like 4 hours of sleep.
Ooh.
I'll live. So how you been?
Tired. We didn't wake up till 10:30 this morning. Finally finished sanding those dice that I was working on yesterday.
Oh, that's good.
This is one of the sets that Jellybean did.
Is that the one you showed me last time? Only shined up?
No, that was this one.
No. Last night, the one I said looked like a jack ball.
No, that was confetti one.
Oh, what's this one? Ink?
This one has rainbow colored moss in it.
Oh,
Died by yours truly.
Yes. Hello, Jellybean.
how you doing?
I'm tired and swollen.
What kind of fair are you going to, Icky? Like a Ren fair or a 4-H fair or a Midway fair?
Or County fair.
Going to the fair, going to the fair, going to the Northwest Michigan Fair. Hi, Grinder. I used to play on the radio all the time this time of year when I was a kid.
Miss Ma'am, you got to stop changing your name all the time.
It's just that's
It
always
throws
been
me
Vicky.
off. Like when it says Tori, it throws me off for a good half a second.
That's cool. We'd have the Northwest Michigan Fair in the fall. Before that, we'd have the Cherry Festival, which is like 2 weeks in July.
The Cherry Festival. I love it.
And there's the Junior Parade, the Cherry Parade, and the Grand Cherry Parade.
Cherry gonna be
So there's 3 parades.
There's a grand
on
parade.
3 different days. And then there's a midway downtown for like 2 weeks. And tons of vendors. And the whole downtown area is like closed off to traffic. It's all just foot traffic. People do come from like all over the world to go to it. And usually there's stuff set up at the college, and it's huge. I don't know how to change my name. You got to go change it on your Gmail account that you signed into YouTube with. I figured it out when I changed it to Planet Flipside. Took me a while. It didn't happen right away. You sell a lot of Alaskan things. Yeah, one of my favorite things was like the markets that would get set up. Like lots. You couldn't go through the markets in one day. There's just too many of them. But like my favorite stuff was like the buffalo jerky, cherry jerky, which they soak the buffalo in cherry juice and then make it, and it's so good. The texture is unreally yummy. It's got a little bit of a smoky taste to it.
Hey guys, I just decided to have a new project. I mean, like just this minute ago, but it's like something that I need help with. I need
What you got?
I need everyone watching, and just to go try to find favorite moments in our live broadcasts over the last couple of years. Try to find them. Send me the link and give me a general idea as to where it's at. And,
the timestamp-ish.
Yeah, timestamp.
And I'm gonna make short videos, basically those edits of those things to post on the channel.
Yay!
We'll do that way because I've noticed that.
We got to pick up the one where we're taste testing stuff and Mel goes, so get it out of my mouth. I loved it. It was funny. I lost my shit for like 5 minutes.
We need a clip from not Cards Against Humanity from last night, but the weekend before.
Where Vixie lost?
Hubby couldn't breathe, and then all of a sudden Vixie also couldn't breathe.
That one with Dobby's little asshole is always
good. Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
We should add my random ticks with stupids. When stupids then get said my ticks. I don't understand, Vicky. You got to right.
Vicky,
try that again.
Re-English that English, and try again.
Sometimes I can follow stuff like that, but not that one.
I don't blame you. I hate typing too.
Vicky, are you giving us permission to use some of the clips where your ticks were going off?
Oh, okay, yeah. When she was on the table, look at all she's in the coffee houses usually.
When Kyrie starts sending her ticks off, that's funny.
Yeah, that is funny. Yes. Awkward silence. No. Insert sticks. Oh my gosh.
Where is everybody?
They flew the coop on us, Jelly Bean.
They
Well,
see it's time to
Eliza
start
and
clipping flight feathers.
Uni usually go to church on Sundays.
And Rabbit had to work.
I think Mel's still having problems with her internets.
And that
They're
explains
still getting
Mel.
high winds up there. Everybody
that does
else
not
will have to
explain.
tell me because I don't know.
That does not explain.
Where's Mama Chris? I miss her face.
Okay, so I know where Chris has been. I finally discovered the answer.
Okay.
I knew that her
Is she
husband
okay?
came home. Oh yeah, she's fine.
Okay, as long as she's okay.
Her husband came home early during the week because he had like a doctor's appointment, and she says that he's been home since Wednesday. So that's probably why we've not been seeing her, because she's been taking advantage of the extra sleep since he's home and making him look after the kids, so she can finally rest and R&R.
That's completely cool. I'm glad you
Yeah.
know though, because I was getting.
I know, because like I was worried about it too. I messaged her yesterday. I was like, "Ma'am, are you mad at us?
Did we do
Just tell
something?
me."
I'm not sure I'll apologize for it, but what did we do?
I mean, you should have read the disclaimer, but are you mad at us? She was like, "No. Been busy. Bill came home."
We just had a hurricane. Notice I live in Florida. I can say it like that. We just had a hurricane.
That wasn't a hurricane. That was just.
That wasn't. I looked it up. My mom was all worried. She's in Michigan calling me. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Ah! And
okay.
I said it's fine. We're just gonna get rain and wind, and it's not a hurricane. I said now the Gulf Coast, not course, Gulf Coast. I am not awake yet. The Gulf Coast might get it. I said, or the Panhandle, and I was right. But it was only a 1-day hurricane. It wasn't like those 5-day ones. Those suck.
I mean, and it wasn't even bad. I mean, it was.
They kept saying it's going to be a Category 4. It's going to be a Category 4. I don't think it came up above a 2.
It did.
It did?
First thing Tuesday morning, it jumped up to a Cat 4, and then
but when it
within
hit
an hour,
land, didn't it?
And then within an hour of it going to a Cat 4, it dropped back down to a Cat 2.
Yeah. See, as long as when it hits, it's under a Cat 3. It's just a rainstorm. We get worse. Our thunder and lightning storms are worse than some of the hurricanes we've had.
Yeah.
I didn't know this until I moved here and was working in Orlando, that we are the lightning capital of the world. People come here to take pictures of lightning. I thought that was kind of cool. And I've seen some really pretty ones of pictures of lightning. And I have seen some pretty intense lightning strikes when I was living in Orlando too.
I've seen some really pretty lightning storms. I remember one time, our friend's house. It was funny after a game of D&D. We were all heading out to go home, and we stopped and looked and watched these two clouds floating past, and with just lightning going back and forth to center. We were thinking like it was two wizards fighting back and forth, dueling between each other. That's what it looked like. There's no booms. There's no, just back and forth, and it slowly moved over us. No rain.
It's my daughter. She's mad. It's not a dog. We don't own a dog. My children are autistic, and only the youngest actually talks. Sometimes he's a smart ass, but the other two just make noises. Sometimes you can't understand what he's saying. I have to tell him to take a deep breath and start over. Because he'll talk about something for 5 minutes. I have completely no idea what he's just talking about. But The doodlebug is upset. I'm not quite sure why she's upset this morning, but she's upset. We tried to make it better with waffles. Waffles and cartoons, but it didn't happen. Yeah, that was an upset one. So last night while we were playing Cards Against Humanity, it was rough on me because she was laughing so hard, and she has an infectious laugh. So Cards Against Humanity plus that was killing me.
We would rather have smart-ass children than dumb-ass children.
And Mrs. Butterworth is the only syrup we use. I used to use real maple syrup, but they didn't like it as much, so I'm not spending that kind of money for it.
Understandable.
They can have corn syrup like everybody else. It's sweeter. That's why Americans like it better than the real stuff. The real stuff isn't as sweet. And it's usually thinner, too. It's not as sticky. The real stuff isn't that bad. Now, when we used to make it, we had this big basin, huge basin, we put on top of a fire. It was like a triple wide cauldron. It was huge. And we'd have these big paddles that looked like oars.
Triple wide cauldron.
and these big paddles that looked like oars that like my great-great-grandfather carved. I don't know. Anyway, we'd be stirring that stuff because it was winter by the time you had enough to actually reduce it. Because it takes 5 gallons for a quart, I think, of maple syrup, 5 gallons of sap to boil down to maple. It takes a lot. It's a lot, and you don't get a lot return.
I've never made it, but I watched a Curious George episode with Poot on it, and that's kind of the same thing.
Kind of.
It does take a lot. And you got to add butter.
Maple syrup, the syrup that you get at the store, like Log Cabin, Mrs. Butterworth. I can't think of any other ones off the top of my head. Usually the store brand. Those are actually corn syrup base. Good morning, Myrtle.
It's a Myrtle.
Hello, Myrtle.
There's just extra flavoring added to it. And actually, I have had corn syrup and I have had molasses on my pancakes because we'd be poor and that was what we had in the cupboard when I was a kid. And both of those are pretty good. Molasses is you just need a little bit. Molasses can go a long way. Especially
if you don't believe me, if you don't believe her, try making brown sugar. How much molasses do you think is in
a
brown
tablespoon
sugar?
For a cup, 2 cups.
Like, depending on how dark you like your brown
how
sugar.
dark you need it, because there's light, medium, and dark for different.
Because I'm telling you, sometimes if you're doing like light brown sugar for like cookies, it literally takes just a couple of drops.
Yeah, light brown sugar is. I love brown sugar though. I
learned.
do. I prefer it.
I do too.
I like molasses. I like molasses cookies, but I only like my mom's recipe because they're soft like a sugar cookie. Mm-hmm. They're really good.
I love molasses cookies. It brings back childhood memories.
Me too. I think that's why I like them. Because
I'm one of them people that don't you dare hand me a crunchy cookie.
I don't
unless
care
it's like a vanilla wafer.
Watch out. Jelly Bean is one of them people.
Them people.
What do you mean one of them people?
The soft cookie people. Like me.
Yeah. I like them chewy.
That's
I like
a crispy. Said, I'm one of them people. So it's like, watch out, she's one of them people.
One of them people.
I like the crispy edge too. I like my cookies just like you do. And my mom, as she's gotten older, she's making them crispier and crispier.
I won't mind it be like a brownie texture where it's crispy all around the edges, but it's warm and gooey in the middle.
And I like them warm. I'm so spoiled. I like warm cookies better. I'll sit and eat a warm cookie.
Vixie, can I hop on a rant for a minute? I gotta do it because it's been burning my biscuit since last night. What the fuck happened to pizza? And before you answer, I have a very valid complaint here.
Okay.
We ordered Papa John's last night.
Well, there's.
I know. I'm sorry, but they've got this spicy garlic stuffed crust, and it's so good. And don't get me wrong, the pizza tastes good. Like, the flavor's there. It's good. The problem I have is that if I didn't order a thin crust fucking pizza, stop sending me crust that is this fucking thin when you're charging me $20 goddamn for the motherfucker. I can go to freaking Walmart. I can go to Aldi.
Oh, I tried one of the Walmart pizzas. They were not good. I didn't like
and the crust is like that thick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it holds the top. I'm sorry, but when I pick up a slice of pizza, I don't want it to do this.
Yeah.
Like, literally just...
where you have
and
to
all your
fold
toppings fall. We are not in New York. We are in North Carolina. Please start acting like it. If I wanted New York style pizza,
have you ever tried Chicago deep dish pizza?
Yes, but not from Chicago. I like deep dish, but it's more.
It's very different. People don't understand that. It's very different.
When I want pizza, I want to be able to pick it up and eat it.
Chicago deep dish pizza is like eating pie, like a cheese pie.
Like a thin crust pizza, I will order a thin crust pizza. If I want a Brooklyn style,
if I want crackers tasting like pizza, I order it. I
make it my goddamn self. I usually make my own pizza, but last night I was tired and I was hungry, and our pork shoulder wasn't done, so I said, "Ooh, I'll order a pizza because they got a sale for like $13.99." And I was like, I remember that it was good, and the last one that I ordered, because it was a repeat order, it was a bit better. I mean, don't get me wrong, like the crust was still like thin as fuck, but it's like all they're doing, people, is they're giving you soggy ass thin crust pizza that's underbaked and charging you twice the price for it, and it's fucking ridiculous. I am like this close from starting a trend on TikTok to like call out Domino's, because Domino's does the same thing. Domino's, Papa John's, because all they're doing is they're like, ooh, let's make it thinner, New York style. No, it's not New York style. New Yorkers are pissed about it.
I've had New York style pizza, and it's not. I think there's something in the water in New York, because I've never tasted any pizza that's the same. I'm not saying it's better or worse. I liked it, but I'm not saying it's better or worse. It's just different.
New York style pizza, I've had New York style crust.
You have to fold it in half to eat it.
These you have to fold in half just to get it out of the fucking box.
That's how that pizza was last night. I mean,
like,
the pizza tasted great.
I've even got leftovers.
Well, Papa John's used to make
I even had leftovers.
Pizza about.
Hold on. The only way we can get a slice out of the box, I'll show you. Just for shits and giggles. I will show you. Look how thin that fucking crust is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know it got thinner, but that is ridiculous, my folks. That is ridiculous. I'm having to support the pizza slice.
What kind are we eating?
Just pineapple.
It was just pineapple. Oh, hear me out before you go calling me
I
out
love pineapple, but I like it with like bacon or something.
Oh, I'm just saying.
I like pineapple and pepperoni on mine.
Pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. Sit down. It does.
Sit down, shut up. Pizza doesn't even belong on pizza. There's
no. Pineapple does on certain pizzas, like that one, because it has a spicy garlic sauce in it, and so the pineapple adds like that sweet, and it balances it out.
Okay,
so don't come for me until you try it.
Pizzas were not invented in Italy like people think. Not the kind we eat, anyway.
Nope.
And our lasagnas aren't the same either. Lasagna is completely different too.
Where's Jessie when we need her? Picture it, Sicily, 1942.
Picture it, Sicily. But so pizza was invented in America. I know that. No, Greece. It was invented in Greece. I'm sorry. It was Greece. It was invented in Greece. And it's very different. It's more like a flatbread there. But anyways, a Canadian started that pineapple trend at his store.
How did a Canadian get
pineapple?
It was a Canuck,
yeah.
How did they get pineapple?
I don't know.
They must have imported it.
But I have to say, I really do like it. on my
I do
pizza.
too.
I like it. This is how I like it. I like pepperoni, sausage, black olives, green peppers, onions, and pepperoni.
Pineapple. I like mine with just pineapple, but because of it having that spicy garlic, like you need that sweet, or it's gonna be too intense. You need something to like break it up, and pineapple does that. If you're really, really, really that much anti pineapple, put like bell peppers on it or something, or mushrooms. But if you don't like mushrooms, grow up.
I don't care for mushrooms but I know it's a mental thing because the fuckers don't taste like anything. It's
They do taste
to
like
me they
something.
don't taste like anything. They
They're
taste
like
like whatever you
woody.
made them with. If you saute
Right,
them in
right.
butter, they taste like butter.
They're a very good blank slate.
Yeah, I don't care for the texture very much. It's
And
not
texture's
terrible.
different. And see, texture's a thing.
But all I can think of is I'm eating fungus. That's all I can think of. So
I keep hoping somebody's gonna fuck up somewhere, and I'm gonna get the good mushrooms.
I will not order it.
I'm ready for the day that we get like like I keep cooking mushrooms in hopes one day that the mushroom people are gonna fuck up and give us some that's got some extra stuff in it, if you know what I mean. And then we're gonna be eating pizza, and we're gonna be all spaced out at the dinner table. And it's like, you gave your kids magic mushrooms? No.
And from what I understand, those have a real taste.
I was just gonna say those are disgusting. They grow in bullshit.
Yeah.
Literally.
Everything else.
That's
They
the only
grow
way
on
you can find
fertilizer.
them, in a pile of shit.
Actually,
Get up, wipe it off, and you
mushrooms,
stick it right in your mouth and eat it. Yum, yum. And then you start to see some dumb stuff.
the mushroom mines up in Pennsylvania, they'll take straw and run it through a shredder.
But not the special mushrooms. That's what they do for all the regular mushrooms. The non-trippy mushrooms. The shit's what makes it trippy. Especially if the cow ate weed and then pooped and then the mushroom grew. Don't ask me how.
Now, what are you talking about, Goat? You were talking about something else.
Mushroom mines.
The mushroom mines. What they make, or when they spray the straw and stuff in the caves, basically they try to do it to where it acts as basically it's growing in shit.
Mm.
But it's not actually poop. And the poop that they do use...
I didn't know that.
Poop goes through a process.
I know what most mushrooms wild, I've had enough...
they grow on dead and rotting shit.
Yeah. I've had enough wild...
Poop goes through a process. Yes, it's called the human digestive system.
Okay, you can...
No, I mean, like, between the time that it's pooped out to when it's being used as fertilizer, it goes through a process. 5 stomachs. That's not what I mean. Like, they actually, like, spread it out and treat it with such... Here we go. Here we go.
Oh.
I heard him cackling in the other room. Oh my god.
I love you guys. See what I gotta live with, y'all? Y'all need to come join the fam. Because if they don't pick on you, they don't like you.
And she literally lives with me. So.
I know.
He literally lives with me. That's
technically
right there.
Depending on
because you vacation here, I live here.
Yeah.
And he's a terrible house guest, folks. He don't put his trash in the trash can. He don't.
If it
put
came
his
down to
clothes
survival,
away.
basically, I would eat mushrooms. If it came down to survival, beans and mushrooms are the easiest things to grow and reproduce.
If it ever comes down to it, Vixie, just come stay with me. I'll cook you all the mushrooms that we have because they're delicious.
I'll hunt.
I make them delicious.
If there's still living fauna, I will hunt. You take care of the flora. I'll go get the fauna.
Vixie gonna be like, I've been playing Don't Starve Together for so many
mushrooms
years.
are neither.
This is my time to shine.
First time I went
Don't
bow
pick
hunting,
the
I
blue
was
one.
8 and I bagged me a 6 point.
Yeah, well, mushrooms aren't flora or fauna.
Nope, they're fungus.
They're fun guys.
Mycosia, I think, is the technical term.
Oh, I have no idea.
Go. You gotta bring them to the party because they're fun guys.
They're fun guys.
They're
I love you.
I love you too, baby.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh,
You know, do you guys get the puff balls? They're white, and when they get if you get those before they spore, you can eat those.
I don't. Mm-mm.
They don't have the spores in them. They're solid, like the white mushrooms you get in the can.
Oh yeah. I've seen people like slice them up because they're like solid.
Yeah.
I apparently at some point
You have to get them
like,
before they spore.
Yeah, you don't want to eat that.
You don't want to eat that. That's icky and smelly.
And don't go stomping on them either and causing the cloud because this shit get in your lungs. You don't want that.
It does pollinate more. I mean, morel. I used to go morel hunting every fall because I used to make money doing that. I'm really good at morel hunting.
I would love to do some shit like that, but we don't have that kind of thing over here.
They don't have morels very much anywhere except for the very northern states. And
Well, I mean,
they
I'm sure
grow
there's
in
like mountain
acidic
foraging
climate.
down here. Just we're not in the part of the state that would facilitate that.
When I moved down here, I was walking with a friend in Altamont Springs, which is just north of Orlando. And I said, "Is that belladonna?" She's like, "Yeah, it's wild belladonna." I said, "I've never seen it wild before." I thought that was pretty cool. That it grows down here wild. Deadly nightshade, for any of you who are wondering. And it can make you very sick if you don't know what you're doing.
Yes. But did you know
It's really
that
good
there are
for asthma.
vegetables that you guys eat all the time that are nightshade?
Oh yeah, potatoes, tomatoes. Oh, until
Peppers.
during the medieval times, nobody ate tomatoes. They thought they were poison
Because of the flour.
because it was belladonna.
Mm-hmm. And then the Spanish were like, fuck you guys.
We got tons of this. We'll figure something out.
We've got Nona's down there in Italy. I've got all this sauce.
Gravy.
We're going to kill them.
Tomato gravy.
And then they just threw it, and the Chinese intercepted it with noodles, and spaghetti was born. They were having food wars over in Europe. That's how a lot of our favorite foods were made. The Spanish and the Chinese got into it. The Chinese were throwing noodles. The Spanish were throwing sauce.
You know, I had
Spaghetti!
never tried lo mein until a few years ago, and I really like it. I think it's delicious. Well, I should say I like it from one place here. I've ordered at a few other places that I didn't like it. But the one place that I like, the Jade Garden, here in my town.
I got that TikTok
with a cute little Chinese woman who doesn't take shit from nobody.
Does she do nails? I need to get my nails.
When she talks, I think of that. Crito gel.
Crito gel. What you like? Crito gel for your nail.
She's adorable.
Crystal gel. It's the best thing for you. It make your nails sparkle like diamond in the sky. Crystal gel. Okay, I'll take crystal gel. Okay, I do for you. Only $10 more.
I love her. That comedian.
You want long or short nail? Short nails, please. Oh, honey.
I'm trying to remember to take myself down off the table when I have to step away.
Yeah.
This is why you don't have boyfriend. Fine, I'll have long nails. Okay, great. $4
You're pretty. You're pretty like something like Chilita.
Chilita, like model, something pretty.
Something pretty. I love. She's hilarious. She
You want to get your nail tech
she's
cracked
married
up?
to a Christian rapper.
I know.
I didn't know they existed.
Yeah, unfortunately, they do.
I was like, what? She said,
Like Christian
but
heavy metal?
don't mistake it. I'm not a Chris. I am a Christian, but I'm not a Christian. Comic.
I went to the nail salon the last time to get my nails done, back when me and Goat were getting ready to get married in 2020, and it was just like an all-around day at the shop where just the owner dude, because I was a regular in here by this point. Owner dude was like had his ass on his shoulders, and like everybody's like really quiet, and I don't know how the light bulb kicked on, but all of a sudden I just started quoting this shit, and the nail techs in there were fucking dying. They were about to fall in the floor. They're like, "How you do that?" I was like, "Do what?" And they're like, "How do you sound like her? You got it like that."
You just listen. Quit you.
I listen, Linda.
Listen, Linda. Don't call me Linda. I love that part. They usually cut that part off, but I saw the whole video once here on YouTube, and I was like, that woman was not taking shit from that kid. Don't call me Linda.
My kids, I guess you might as well call her her step grandmother. Her name is Linda. Oh, the conversations at our house. Because I still like catch myself, listen, Linda, and then like I listen to Desiree on TikTok and she be talking about, stop it, Linda, enough, Linda, and I'll be in the kitchen and it pops in my head and it flies out my mouth, and Addie
I
comes
suffer
running
from that sometimes.
Mom, leave Linda alone. My grandma. Like, I can't help it.
Oops.
Like Karen. I have an Aunt Karen.
I have a cousin
she is
Karen.
Farthest thing from a Karen. Isn't that weird? How like real life Karens are some of the nicest people.
She has always been
such a crush on a Karen in high school.
I went to school with a Karen.
My cousin is beautiful too.
I went to school with a couple Karens. They're all very nice.
Unfortunately,
like,
she married
every
an asshole.
Actual legally named Karen I have ever met are the complete opposite of the stereotype. Which makes me constantly wonder, how did y'all land on that name for that stereotype?
It's
met
the swing
a Karen
cut.
they didn't like, and it just went from there.
It's the swing cut hairdo. You see someone named Karen who's blonde with that swing cut hairdo? It's like, oh shit.
I don't even know Karens with that haircut. You know what that haircut reminds me of? Kate plus 8. That's what that reminds me of. The lady from Kate plus 8. There was a show on TV. It was on like TLC, like back in the 2000s, and it was called John and Kate plus 8. And they had like 4 sets of twins because of in vitro, and that was when like all these multiple moms of multiples were getting show deals and stuff. And Kate was the one that had that I swear she's the one that inspired the filter, because that was her hair, like the chunky bar highlights with that mousy brown hair and the little spiky shit in the back and the long like emo, because if you're a mom it's not emo and cool, it's just you look a little Karen,
an extreme swing cut.
But they didn't call her, but they didn't come up with, oh, you're such a Kate. It has to be a Karen.
Karen's actually easier to say.
Because we've gotten used to it.
No, because T is an exploding consonant.
Catherine. I like the exploding letters. Isn't that kind of the point?
Hey, you know, the only time exploding consonants is when you're doing music theory and he says, okay, now just do the exploding consonants. That is too much brain power while you're trying to sing the right note.
The exploding consonants are actually one of the reasons why the funniest organ in the to say in the human body, the funniest organ, is spleen.
Spleen.
You're over here. It's like, you sit. You're over here.
I want to
Imagine,
do a
someone's getting
spleen.
hit. They're like getting hit. It's like, my leg. My arm. No, you hear, my spleen. It's
My leg.
My spleen.
Our youngest will say stuff like that. Oh, I think I broke my back. Oh, really? Yeah,
That
it
is
hurt
useful
so bad.
information because I always wanted to know why it was always the spleen. You poor spleen.
It's a fun word to say.
They never said my appendix or, my
Appendix is,
aorta.
again, splitting consonants. Now, this is why people
My
like the word
pancreas.
fuck so much. Because it begins and ends with exploding
liver.
consonants.
Oh, they took my freaking kidney.
They took your what?
My freaking kidney. You've not
Kidney.
seen Charlie the Unicorn, have you? The end goes, "Aw, they took my freaking kidney."
I forgot about that.
It's like the last line. We're going to Candy Mountain, Charlie. We're going to Candy Mountain. Candy Mountain, Daddy. Like, from the first time I watched that, all I could think of was that's the dad, and those are the annoying children. And they want to go to Candy Mountain.
Shun
Candy
the
Mountain,
non-believer.
Daddy.
Shun.
Like, that's what it gives me. Like, it just gives me it's a parent being like following the two kids with like gentle parenting and just being like, all right, little Johnny, what are we doing today? And like the kid is like playing pretend with the parent and the parent's just going along. It's what it feels like to me. Because I've heard some of the shit my kids come up with during playtime. It's like,
What is wrong with
you watch Curious George and Mickey Mouse. Where are you getting this shit from?
YouTube.
This was before they could have tablets or have access to YouTube. I was not that parent. I did not let my children touch my iPad when I got one. They didn't touch my phone. There was like very, very seldom times that I would let my kids play on my phone because I did not want. That shit used to drive me nuts. You'd be sitting there and all of a sudden kids constantly, like kids that I didn't even know, when I'm sitting in a waiting room at a doctor's office, comes up to me talking about, can I play on your phone? Kid, who the fuck are you?
You're not mine. Go move along.
Mm-mm. Go ask your mama. My mama said I could play on your phone. No, ask your mama to play on her phone. You ain't playing on my phone.
I just worry, like, I should knock on wood, I have never had a screen protector on mine. And I've had mine for years.
I've
I
never
have to
not
have one on
had,
mine.
never not had a screen protector.
And I don't have any cracks or anything in mine. But I don't let anybody touch it but me.
Exactly. Like, I've never cracked a screen, knock on wood, but I have had, like, the typical little minor scratches and stuff around the edges. But that's about it. I've not, to my knowledge, ever broken a phone. Knocky, knocky, knocky. But, again, I don't let children play with my phone. I had to be 13 to touch a phone. They got to be at least 13 to touch a phone. And by the time they're 13, guess what? They don't need to touch my phone.
I didn't have my first cell phone until I was 24.
Well, it's because of when you was born, Vissy.
Mm-hmm.
They just didn't have
At the
that
farm,
stuff
we
back
had
then.
this yellow telephone on the wall that had a cord long enough to go outside and around the bend.
Yep.
Yeah, it was rotary.
And a rotary.
Yeah, it wasn't. No, we didn't have push button. I don't remember having push button phones until I was at least a teenager. We had rotary phones, and they were old and they were heavy. They're not like
I
these
just love
phones
playing
that
with
they,
the rotary
you get at
dial. My grandma would
and you would
disconnect
get them
her phone.
from the phone company. You
So I
didn't
could
go to
just
like
do this.
Walmart and stuff to buy your phone. You got your phone from the phone company. And
I
they're
remember
heavy.
getting shocked by the telephone one time.
Yeah, lightning does that too.
I remember. I don't remember what storm it was because I was little, but that at the very first house I remember living in, um,
This one up
lightning
on the corner?
struck. No, this was before that house. So
Oh,
I was like 3 or 4, and we had a really bad storm. I don't even know if it was a hurricane, but I know we had a storm where lightning struck the tree in the front yard, and the lightning went into the ground, traveled up the phone line, like it split. One went to the phone box outside and burnt that up, and then it went in the house and knocked the cordless phone off the hook, like it and burn up. Like what saved everything and stopped our house from catching fire was the answering machine.
Because it took it.
The answering machine started going off, and that was the last time it played that message. If you know, you know. I'm not repeating it here. It's long as fuck. It is the longest answer machine message I've ever heard. And then when we moved and she got a new answering machine, she put that message on that answering machine, and that was about the time that my friends, what few I had, started calling the house to talk to me. My bestie picked on me so bad.
I have no idea what you're talking about, just so you know. I don't think we ever had an answering machine.
I would love to tell you, but I'm telling you, it's so long and it's so doxing. But it always, I'll tell you the first line. When we didn't pick up, and as soon as the answer machine would pick up, the first thing you would hear is my mom shouting at you in her loudest voice, going, "Praise the Lord! You have reached insert last name message. So and so's sewing and craft, so and so's electrical," because they had their little side hustles. So she announced that on the answering service, and then also had my name, my brother's name, my dad's name, my mom's name, and we're not currently home right now. Please leave your name, number. You see how long this is? It's still going. Yeah. So my friend was like, I can't even get past the first word without hanging up because it
Praise
scared
the
her.
Lord! Tink.
Clink. Because it was like, as soon as somebody pick up, you're being yelled at, man. Like, it was so loud.
When I was little, I wasn't allowed to answer the phone until I could answer it correctly. So I have telephone voice. It's automatic. The minute I put a phone up to my face, telephone voice. Hi, thank you for calling. Fill in the blank. How can I help you today?
I know exactly what the fuck you talking about.
My mom taught me to do that when I was like 8. So I could answer the phone.
We used to do
This
it
is
too.
the blank residence, and this is so and so. How can I help you today?
It's a wonderful day in North Carolina. Thank you for calling. My name is Jellybean. How may I help you? Yeah. I remember that. We used to practice our customer service voices like as soon as we were old enough to answer the phone, even though like our parents would look at us from across the room like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
There was one time there was a radio contest and I didn't understand it. And my mom didn't really explain it to me right, but I answered the phone and she lost because I didn't answer the phone correctly.
How the fuck were you supposed to answer the phone?
I don't remember. It's something like W blah blah blah
radio
is the best
station.
rock and roll channel in the world or something like that. I don't know.
Oh.
They used to do that a lot in the 80s.
Lame.
If you're the 10th caller.
Lame. We've had those here. The whole, WRNS. Lame. I've had friends win, like, tickets to Bojangles and shit. So tight, I guess. I remember like they would do those things literally during the time of our commute between home and school. And there were so many times where we'd be listening and they'd ask like this trivia question, or and it wouldn't even necessarily be like trivia. It would be some really off the wall fucking question that was like a riddle and you had to figure it out. And so we would be constantly calling. So it wasn't so much that you had to call and be like a certain number. You did, but you also had to have the right answer to the fucking question. And if you didn't have the right answer to the fucking question, it started all over again. It was annoying.
If we could do something like that in our shows, like for a month, somewhere in the show, you say
like a magic word,
and then after the show posts, you have to post that word. Whoever posts it first gets a little something something.
But who dictates the word?
Me. No, I don't know. But you say, let's say, peanut butter.
Because I know
right
a
now,
channel.
I would
that
say
does the
peanut
same
butter
thing.
is the word of the day. Please remember to post it after the.
Oh, see, that's a
video's
little
done.
different. I was thinking it was like guess the word. Because, see,
No.
there's a channel that I follow on TikTok, and this lady, this is partly how she gets money for her channel. Quite creative. Her followers came up with it, actually, where she had. What happens is somebody will either Cash App, Venmo, whatever. They'll send X number of dollars. I want to say it's like $10 or $15 to her Venmo, Cash App, whatever. And when they send it in the note, they pick what word it is, and she has to sneak that word into the stream, and then folks get X number of minutes from the time that she has said the word to guess the word. And if it's not like somebody doesn't figure it out or hear it and be like, "Oh, it's that word." She said that word. She said a word that just doesn't fit. And or she'll use a word that doesn't really make sense. And the more you watch, like the easier that game gets because you start to know her mannerisms and things like that.
Yeah.
And so
tells.
and so we'll catch it, and if you catch it, the chat gets a point, and if not, then she gets the point. And it's like a friendly competition, but everybody like that wants to be in control of what word that she has to say, and you can't send the same word that somebody else has already sent. So she's got like a book that she's wrote the words in, so that way it can't be duplicated. There's been some really creative words because you would think people would constantly be like wanting them to say words that are just, immature and asinine. But we go through a lot of work going through like encyclopedias and books, finding like all these and it has to be a real word. That is also one of the rules.
Good.
It has to be a legit word. It can't be like just Urban Dictionary. It has to be a word. Yes. And a legit word. It cannot be just something that you just made up or something you heard on TikTok. It has to be a real word. And so people have come up with like
where we make shit up and it doesn't matter.
I think there's been like maybe once or twice that she's been sent a word and she's had to ask somebody to like give her a pronunciation for it because she's like, I don't know how to say that word. It's so big.
Oh, for those of you who don't know if you don't know how to pronounce a word, put the word in your Google and should be the first post will give you the definition and there'll be a speaker next to it. And if you hit the speaker, it will pronounce it correctly for you.
Google Translate does that too.
I was going to say Google Translate does it too, but if you're just trying to figure out what the word means.
So I thought that was where you were going with it, was that we were going to have like a mystery word, and the person who gets the mystery word will get, a free
we
sticker.
Could do something like that too. I mean,
something like that.
Just an idea.
So whichever you want to do. I'm just thinking like whoever guesses the word.
It won't be right away. We're still working on the lineup. Well,
you get one guess too. You only get one guess. That was another one. You get one guess. You got to make it count.
Yeah. That's the only way to be fair about it. Oh, before we're done, to answer the question from the beginning of the show, the reason Papa John's pizza is the way it is because it got bought out by somebody. I don't know who, but it got bought out by somebody, and their mozzarella cheese is not real mozzarella cheese anymore. It's the fake shit. Their sauce is canned.
No wonder why
made.
That's why their slogan changed. Their slogan changed because when the original CEO got in trouble, they had to sell. They had to get a new CEO, and that's when all that shit changed. And
because they used to have good pizza, actually.
Yeah, because their motto was better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Now it's Team Pizza.
Team Pizza?
That's what it says on the. Oh, it does say better ingredients, better pizza, but it says Team Pizza on the box. Sorry.
Oh.
Right there, Team Pizza. But it does have better ingredients, better pizza. But I'm telling you, no.
It doesn't mean anything, though.
It's not a better pizza when the pizza toppings and the ingredients
one of the
fall
reasons I
off
really
of it.
like them because they really had real mozzarella cheese, and that's like a thing for me.
Better than ingredients, but better than what?
Better than what? Yeah.
Better than plastic.
I'll say it the way Goat said it last night. I've seen more rigidity on a flaccid penis than there is in that pizza crust. And he ain't wrong.
Yeah, we order from a local shop, Marco's or something like that. It's not Mario's. I always want to say Mario's because
it's Marco's. You're right.
Is it Marco's?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of Marco's.
Oh, I thought it was a China. And I like Bizarro Pizza, which is a local owned one. It used to be really good because there was only one. It was on the beach, and the guy who owned it would get up at like 2:00 in the morning and start making the pizza sauce.
Ooh.
And they have some of the best pizza, and it's hand tossed. It's actually hand tossed pizza. Like you can watch them spin the son of the bitches.
I'm a weirdo in that I don't even, depending on the toppings, I don't even want tomato sauce. I like barbecue.
Oh, you should try their white pizza. They have
because our pizza last night's got barbecue sauce on it. But yeah, the only way we could pick up a slice of pizza was once it got cold. We had to
fold it in half.
Well, we had to fold it in half while it was hot if we wanted to enjoy it while it was hot. But once it got cold and you wanted like another slice later on because you got the munchies, you just I don't want cold food.
And I don't care what anybody says. If you
do
got a good
better, Papa John.
Do better. A cheese pull does matter. There should be cheese pull.
I've not seen a cheese pull in years. Like I've given up on the cheese pull. And here's the reason why. The reason why I've given up on the cheese pull thing is I know where the pizza's coming from and how long it's taking for it to get here. Mm-hmm. And so I don't mind a lack of cheese pull as long as the pizza's hot. Because, I mean, I understand sometimes you're not going to get that cheese pull unless you get it completely straight fresh out the oven. There's even pizzas that I've made at home that I've not gotten a cheese pull. So it's like, it's great if I can get it, but I do understand that in the commercial it's glue. So.
Oh, yeah.
It's not real.
Commercial food.
It's an illusion.
Food are in commercials, not commercial food.
The one time I will not accept not having a cheese pull is if I go and get mozzarella sticks. There better be a fucking cheese pull.
They're disgusting if they don't. They're usually chewy.
They're like it's
hard.
It's like eating
rubber. It's terrible. It's terrible.
It is. I cannot. No. Don't make my damn mozzarella sticks and stick them under a fucking heat lamp. Give them to me fresh. I don't care if it burns me. I want the pull, damn it. I have perfected a method to prevent myself.
That is actually my thing. I always burn myself on mozzarella sticks because I want them fresh.
If you don't burn yourself, are you even eating mozzarella sticks?
Well, they weren't popular. They weren't like they are now. You couldn't get them in just about any restaurant. But every
Right.
time I went to Wisconsin, there was the fireman's fair, and they would have deep fried cheese curd, cheddar balls. A deep fried cheddar ball is like this big. And it's battered and deep fried, and you eat it with a fork and a knife. And usually you share it. And
That
the
makes me want to make cheese stuffed sausage balls.
That sounds good. But I love the mozzarella sticks. They
Make
were
them
always
like
one of my
normal
faves.
sausage balls, but put a cube of cheddar in the middle.
Cheese curds are good too if they're done right. There's a restaurant here called what's the name of that? BJ's Warehouse Restaurant? BJ's Restaurant?
I thought BJ's was a grocery store.
No. Yeah.
BJ's Warehouse is like Sam's. But,
okay, so then it's BJ's Restaurant. Yeah. And there no affiliation. No affiliation. My friend ordered the deep fried cheese curd cheese. I was like, those are so good. So I tried one and I'm like, baby, no, they're not. Those are not good. I don't even know. That's not even cheese curd. That's just cheese. Cheese curd is really soft. And so when it melts, it's like liquid. I made a Takis flavored cheese stick at home yesterday.
That's gotta be Chrissy. It's gotta be Chrissy. That sounds like a It's not.
With grinder.
I thought it was Chrissy. Chrissy would do some stuff like that.
No.
That sounds like right up her alley. I can't do Takis.
I've never tried them. I have no interest.
My kids love them. Mm-mm.
I make this really good caramel corn. And the reason that it's really good is because one year we were out of corn syrup and we used honey instead. And it is so freaking good. I saw a lady on Instagram, I think it was. She did the same thing, only instead of popcorn, she used Cheetos. And I love those popcorn where it's regular butter popcorn, caramel corn, and cheese, cheddar cheese.
Oh, the
mixed
Christmas
together.
popcorn.
Yeah.
That's what I call it, the Christmas popcorn, because that's when it comes
They sell
out.
it at Sam's and all mixed together, and it's really good. It's a huge bag, though. You have to be. I have to be careful. I'll eat it all. Is the problem?
I miss Pirates popcorn. Like up here, there was a small business, and it was a very popular, booming business down here for many years until the man he got to the age he wanted to retire. So, it wasn't like he went out of business. He was just like done. He had made popcorn here for many years, and people would fight over it. Like they would get big bags. He made so many flavors, but it was like, have you ever had zebra popcorn?
Is that white and chocolate?
Some of his popcorns were like that kind of popcorn. He had like this very, very, very thin, like candy coating that he would put over the popcorn, but it wouldn't be like kind of like caramel corn, that kind of thin
candy
corn,
popcorn.
He would mix it in with regular, just salted plain white puffy popcorn, because he had like the best popcorn.
It's a glaze.
Even cold, like it was so good, and he would make like all these different
glaze.
colors. Yeah,
they used to do them at fairs a lot. They don't anymore.
This was where we could get it all the time, and people would get, because you could call in and get like a custom color order. Like they would do purple and yellow because of ECU being purple and gold. For events, schools could call in.
And white trash.
I can't do puppy chow.
Why?
Texture.
Oh, really? It's good. Have you ever made white trash?
Texture.
It's Crispex pretzel sticks.
Ma'am, I am white trash.
No. It's what we call this thing. It's Crispex, pretzel sticks.
You mean tech?
Cashews. and some I like it without the M&Ms, but a lot of people put both plain and peanut.
So like
M&Ms
Muddy
in it.
Buddies.
No, and then you just coat them with white chocolate, stir it, and let it set.
Mm-mm.
That's pretty good. No, it's completely different texture than Muddy Buddies.
I
Yeah,
prefer
Muddy Buddies is that
haystack.
peanut butter
Yeah,
and chocolate.
When
so
you
it's
coat it with white chocolate, you lay it out on a sheet of paper so that when it's dried, you move it all into a bowl. It looks like twigs and trash and stuff covered in white chocolate. That's why it's called white trash.
Oh. Here we make what's called haystacks.
Oh yeah,
Take
we
butterscotch
call them
chips,
spiders. I know
chow
what they
mein
are.
noodles, and peanuts.
We didn't put peanuts in ours.
I like
But
when
I
they
really
put
like
cashews
those.
in them because I like cashews. But
I just like the dark chocolate with, or the semi-sweet chocolate with the lo mein noodles or whatever they called, crunchy lo mein noodles.
here we don't do chocolate. We do butterscotch chips and peanut
Yeah,
butter.
I've heard
You
of
take
people doing
butterscotch
that too.
chips
That'd
and
be too
peanut butter, mix it together. Well, no, because you got the peanut butter, so you've got like the salt and the sweet.
Hmm.
So you get peanut butter, butterscotch chips, the chow mein noodles, and you can use like roasted peanuts. Some people do pecans, just depending on
Time of year.
your preference and time of year. But it's mostly like a Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween. It's a fall treat most of the time.
Yeah, we always
So,
had ours in the fall.
We
just did it
I
with
could,
semi-sweet chocolate.
I'd mop that table up at my aunt's
And
Christmas
no bake
party.
cookies, which no bake cookies are in the
Yes!
chocolate bars.
Basically, Goat
It's
loves them. Me and
candy.
him
I don't
fight
care what
over
anybody
'em.
says. It's candy.
It's healthy candy. It's got
It is
fiber
not
in it.
healthy.
It
Why, 'cause it
is.
has
It's got
oatmeal in
oatmeal. It's got oatmeal. Oatmeal's
I make
healthy.
these cookies. We
I
call them
love no bake.
butterscotchies, and basically they're an oatmeal chip cookie, and I use butterscotch chips. Those things go over like crazy. People like those, but they're nice and soft. I make them gluten-free sometimes too.
Yeah,
They're
you
really
don't ever
good.
want to tell me to give me a plate to say to put out there because when I put it down, half the plate will be gone.
Butterscotchies just get eaten in this house.
I love butterscotchies.
I love popcorn. I like mine buttered. That's my favorite, buttered popcorn.
I have a love-hate relationship with popcorn.
Well,
I
me
love
too.
popcorn, but it don't like me. So I have to go and buy the Cheetos like puff corn because the kernels and the husk.
Have you ever made caramel
choke
corn out of
me.
that?
No, but
It's
I want
safer
to.
for kids. Oh my god, it's so good. Use 2 bags.
Because
instead of
somebody
popping
took a
up.
recipe from Bucky's down in Texas because they make something similar to that.
My mom started making it for my kids because my oldest can't do the
I think
whole.
they said they called them like caramel crunchies or something like that.
That's why when I saw the Cheetos one, I saw it and I was like, oh, it would be like that, and I'd probably like it with the cheese, that salty underneath it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Salty and sweet.
So, anyways,
are my
it's lunchtime,
favorites.
people.
What's for lunch, Daddy?
I don't know what you want. We got
Sir,
pizza in there.
did you fall and hit your head when you took the dog out?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Can you smell? Do you have COVID?
I cannot smell it right now.
You can't smell the crock pot?
No, and I'm sitting here maybe
Is it
what,
on?
15 feet. I
Well,
turned
no,
it
I
off.
think he turned it off to
Oh,
let the
okay.
meat rest.
I'm like, did we forget to turn it on? Oh, is it the pork shoulder?
Yeah.
It's a big one.
Would you like
I do
to
a
see
pork
it?
shoulder with just sage and
Go show her the
maybe a little
meat.
apple juice, and then I shred it, and then you put it on buns that you have grilled garlic butter on them,
Oh, yes.
and then you put on the pork. It's so good.
Mm. See, we've got this bottle of Kinder's Gold Barbecue Sauce. Put
Mhm.
that on that pork. Oh, it's going to be amaze balls. I don't have any rolls, though. I'm just going to fork it.
Oh yeah. Oh, it looks good. It looks done.
It smells good now that I'm over here.
All right, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you tonight, 8 o'clock, Mario Kart.
That does look good.
Thank
Okay,
you.
love you. Bye.
Okay, love
Bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
It is by will alone that I set my mind in motion. It is by the juice of Java that thoughts acquire speed, that the lips acquire stain, the stains become a warning. It is by will alone I set my mind in motion.
Oh Lord, give me coffee to accept the things I cannot change, the extra espresso shot to change the things I can, and one more cup so I can tell the difference. Grande.
Hail, coffee full of cream, caffeine is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst the beverages, and blessed is the result of thy consumption, wakefulness. Holy coffee, color of mud, be there for us workers, now at the hour of our commute, so must it brew.
Caffeine is my shepherd, I shall not doze. It maketh me to wake in green pastures. It leadeth me beyond the sleeping masses. It restoreth my buzz. It leadeth me into a path of consciousness for its name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of addiction, I fear no equal, for thou art with me. Thy cream and thy sugar, they comfort me. Thou preparest a carafe before me in the presence of Juan Valdez. Thou anointest my day with pep, my mug runneth over. Surely richness and taste shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Duncan forever.
Good morning, Planet Flipside. How about you this morning? We saved you a seat. May your coffee cup runneth over, and may your day be magical.